Today I attended a funeral for a dear friend of mine, a wonderful light and a wonderful woman of God. And it was a day I wasn't looking forward to. And just before the service began, I looked at my phone and had received a message that a cousin of mine, who was also a wonderful woman of God, had passed away. And I sat there and tried to think of the blessings and the lessons of this day. And when I thought about the blessings, it was such a victorious ceremony, and God's name was being praised in a mighty way. And I realized that there were people in that church who didn't know God. There were people in that church that knew God who were broken, and there were some that just needed a word of encouragement. And while we were there and our hearts were heavy, souls were being saved and lives were being changed, and that was such a wonderful blessing. And in terms of lessons, I had kept in touch with Janice and had been meaning to see her, and had always been too busy or tired or whatever the case may be, and I never got to see her. And I said to myself that I won't let that deter me from seeing someone else in the future, and that when God puts someone in my spirit, I'll make sure I reach out, because maybe they need me or maybe I need them. You just don't know. And then I came home and started reading Millicent Hunter's Destined to Win book, and she was going through a particular trial. And one thing that really struck me was she said that during this particular trial, she purposed in her heart not to resent the trial, but to see it as an opportunity for God to do something better and something deeper within her. And that's something that I'm going to remember in the future as trials come, because they will. Many times when trials come our way, what we do is try to pray them away. We want the Lord to take them away, and sometimes that's not what's meant to be. That's not His plan. Just like Paul's thorn, sometimes it's going to be there. And I think about the birth of my daughter, and the tremendous pain that I went through to create life, and what a wonderful thing it was after the pain was over. And so as we go forward and as we experience life and death and trials and tribulations and ups and downs, I'm going to keep in my spirit not only not to resent the trouble, not only to look for what God is doing in me, but also Romans 8:28, that all things work together for the good of those that love God and are called according to His purpose. This is Joy with your midday moment, and remember, what's about to come is greater than what's been.